My name is Dani and I'm a community archaeologist with the CITiZAN project, and this is Crafting with CITiZAN. So this week I thought it might be fun to make a ship in a bottle. Now this is a pretty ambitious craft, so you're going to need some patience if you want to do it, but I promise you it's lots of fun and worth it. Now ships in a bottle were first made around 1860. And we know this because of two things. First was that this is when glass bottles began being made in factories, and so the glass became clear and very uniform. The second is because of the type of sails that we see on the very earliest ships in a bottle, and these represented a new type of sail that was being used at the time. So when you think of ships in a bottle, you probably think of sailors on a ship making it on their voyages. But they're made out of glass. It doesn't really make sense to spend a whole lot of time making something that could easily break while you're on a roly-poly ship at sea. So most of these, we think, were made on land, but they were made by sailors and fishermen and lighthouse keepers who were trying to earn a little bit of money and pass the time when they weren't working. So I think we've got a little bit of extra time at home right now, and I thought this might be the perfect stuck-at-home craft. So let's get started. So these are the supplies that you're going to need this week to complete our craft. You'll need some scissors, paper, a toothpick. You'll need a little bit of water, some blue food dye, some thin cardboard, some clear tape, a jar of any size, in fact, the bigger the better, and some baby oil. So the first thing we want to do is to make our small boat. So to do that, you fold your cardboard along the seam like this. Get your scissors. Cut the extra bit off. And then make something that's a little bit boat shaped. Now you want to make sure that your boat is going to fit inside the jar you've picked. So it's kind of worthwhile to just have a little go. And that looks like it should work pretty good, just like that. So we clear this bit away. We leave our little boatie. Always make little changes to your boatie if you're not too sure about the shape of it. There we are. That's a little bit more boat-like now. The next thing you want to do is to make your sail. And again, you want your sail to be about the right size for your ship. That looks pretty big to me. And you can make any kind of sail you want. I'm just going to do a very basic triangle shape. Like so. That seems about right. Now what we want to do is make sure that this is going to survive in the ship in the bottle. And that's where our tape comes in. So you take the tape, and you put it on both sides of your paper. So I'll just show you one like that. And you do another like that. And then you keep going on both sides until it's done. To save a little bit of time, I have made one earlier, just like this. Then what you need to do is you need to trim your sails. There you go. Don't worry if it's a little bit over, that's absolutely fine. And the same as when we made our origami ship, we're going to make little holes in it. So the smaller you can make these, the better. So one like this, and one like that. There we go. And we take our toothpick, and we put it through just like this. There we are. It's nice and tight. The next thing we do is we take our scissors again and make a tiny hole in the bottom of our ship, just like that. And that, of course, is so that we can put our sail through. All right. Now you probably notice it's a bit long. That's fine. Just take your scissors. Make sure you look away when you do this, so you don't get a pokey bit in the eye. And there we go. We've got our little boat model. Okay, so now it's time to assemble our ship in a bottle. Now you may have to do this a few times like I have in order to get it just right, but I promise you it does work. So the first thing you have to do is to pour your colored water into the bottom of your jar, just like this. The second thing is you take your ship, you put it in and you push it down a little bit and hold it against one of the sides. See? Just like I'm doing right here. Now you take your baby oil and you very, very carefully pour it in. Your hands are going to get a little bit dirty, a little bit oily. That's okay, because you probably have some hand sanitizer around that you can use to clear them up. And you keep going. Keep going until your bottle is pretty much full. And you put your lid on, and hopefully, if all is gone well, then what we should have emerging is a ship in a bottle. Well, I hope you didn't get too frustrated doing that craft. It does take a few tries to get it right, but it's pretty cool when it does work. And mostly, I hope you had fun making it. Please, please, please take a photo of your finished product and send it to me on any of the social media channels that we have. Now, there are loads more activities like this on the Young Archaeologists Club website. And next week, we're going to go a bit more sciencey and talk about how salt has been made throughout history.